Crisis under the Biden-Harris House is in full focus 54 days from the election. A surge of migrants is straining resources in big cities and small. You know this. It's all across the nation. Yeah. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine announcing a $2.5 million aid package for Springfield as the city deals with this surge of migrants from Haiti. And we're hearing from victims of violent crimes allegedly committed by migrants.
So Fox team coverage, Brooke Taylor works the story in Houston with disturbing details surrounding the murder of that 12-year-old girl. First, though, Christina Coleman is live in Springfield, Ohio. That's Clark County, to the west of Columbus, to the northeast of Dayton, Ohio. What you find out? Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Bill. Over the last 4 years, at least 15,000 Haitians have come here to the small city, Springfield, Ohio, and it has rapidly and dramatically increased the population here and stretched resources thin. Many Haitians came here under the temporary protected status program after escaping violence and unrest in their country. They heard there was cheap housing and lots of jobs here. Now Springfield is in serious need of more school resources, translation services, and even driver education classes. Ohio's governor also says many Haitians have arrived here badly in need of medical services due to a severe shortage of health care in their home country.
A few moments later.
All right, today the Trump administration revokes temporary protected status for thousands of Haitians living in the U.S. The order means that more than 300,000 Haitians now living here could face deportation in a little over 2 months on February 3rd of 2026. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem acknowledged that Haiti is still a volatile place, but she says extending TPS would be at odds with United States interests. Well, joining us now on CBS News Miami at 7 is Paul Christian Namfi of the Family Action Network movement. Its mission is to empower low-income families socially, economically, and politically. What's your reaction to what the Trump administration did today?
We are devastated. We truly see this as a low point for us, given when you think, first of all, the fact that between 300,000 and 500,000 lives are at stake. People who left Haiti, who have been living and working legally in this country, paying their taxes, working hard, keeping Florida's economy afloat, an important part of the social fabric. And we are very, very saddened that this decision has been taken. This was not a surprise.
Boy. So we got to talk about the first official casualty, in my opinion, of the new immigration crackdown that President Trump is implementing, where he's basically saying, you know what, all these individuals that Biden let into the country and gave them legal status by saying they're refugees, asylum seekers, or giving them temporary protected status. Yeah, we are going to reverse that, and we're sending a lot of these individuals back, particularly individuals that come from third world countries. Yeah, you gotta go, okay? And I can already tell you, when it comes to the Haitian community, they're feeling the brunt of the administration's policies to, again, clean up third world migration into the United States of America, because a lot of them have already been sent back, and a lot of them are preparing to go back with the administration's new announcement that I want to talk about in this video.
This lady got deported back to Haiti after living in the United States for 42 years. And this is what her living conditions look like.
Girl, this the kitchen right here where people cook. You probably can't see it good. This the kitchen, girl. And girl, let me show you the bathroom. This is where you take a shower at. And let me show you where you use the bathroom at. You see that hole? Okay. Nah, this where this young lady and her son, she pregnant. She let me stay until I can get out of here and get on my feet.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I kind of feel bad for her, but I know what y'all thinking, like, okay, well, she didn't do what she needed to do to get her citizenship, blah, blah, blah. But if she's been living here since she was 5 years old, she probably had no idea that she was supposed to do anything as far as becoming an actual citizen. I mean, that's a hell of a wake-up call, but I feel like this should also be a wake-up call to anybody who's actually from Haiti or anywhere in the Caribbean or anywhere around the world that looks similar to that, or where there's a good portion of their society that has to live that way. I feel like this should be a wake-up call for them, because this should show you that your people and your country of origin really needs help. it really needs some type of stability. Like she said, it's completely lawless out there. Like she said she got raped her first week back. She said that there's like no government. People just run rampant. It's like hard to find food. Like there's no jobs. Like this should be a wake up call for people who are actually from Haiti, like, or any country that looks like that, because y'all flee, y'all come, y'all go here, there, and everywhere, but then you leave behind your country of origin. And I understand, like, and it's like it's funny to me because it's not funny, but it's like it's interesting to me because one of the jabs that they throw at Black America is, well, at least I have a home to go back to. But most of the people who say that, home looks just like what she showed us. So I mean, that's not even a home that you even want to go back to. And I'm not saying that to be a bitch, but what I am saying is that it's going to take a lot of like strategic planning in order to get that country back on its feet, or to get it to be basically habitable at all. They need to flatten out that whole, everything there needs to just be flattened out, and they need to start from scratch. I don't even know if they're even going to be able to rebuild Haiti.
All right, y'all, quick break from the show because this is important. Look, we talk a lot here about standing up for yourself, not letting big corporations, the government, or anybody else push you around. But what happens when real life hits, car accidents, workplace injuries, medical mistakes, and suddenly you're the little guy going up against a massive insurance company? Well, that's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. There's a reason reporters never run out of breaking news. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They've recovered over $25 billion for 500,000 clients with more than 1,000 lawyers nationwide, and they're built on one simple idea: for the people. That means when you're hurt, you don't pay them a dime up front. They only get paid if you win. And trust me, these big companies have teams of big lawyers working against you. You need somebody just as powerful fighting for you. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back. If you're injured because of somebody else's negligence, you deserve to be paid. So if you've been hurt in an accident, at work, or anywhere in between, don't roll the dice alone. You can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. You can start your claim now by clicking the link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen from your phone's camera. Because at the end of the day, protecting yourself and your family isn't just common sense. It's conservative values in action. Yeah, so you say that, you hear that. Because President Trump, again, has decided that he is going to crack down on immigration from these third world countries. And that leads me to this story we got to talk about here. Out of the Haitian community, right? The Haitian community, apparently, they are up on the list, right, of those who have to go back home, okay, as the U.S. ends their temporary protected status. And it looks like they're going to be out of here in early 2026. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Helping now, a blow to some within South Florida's Haitian community. Tonight, the Department of Homeland Security announcing the end of protections for Haitians in the country with TPS. Local 10's Magdala Luisan is live in North Miami with the new developments that we are learning. Magdala, fill us in.
Yeah, so I'm learning from SANTLA, the organization, that they have been on it since they were aware that the current administration would be ending TPS for Haitian nationals. And because of this, they've been working with those Haitian nationals across South Florida over the last several months. And they tell me some of their clients were hoping this day would not come. SANTLA Executive Director Gypsy Metalis is one of many who got the notification. Temporary protected status for Haitian nationals will end early next year.
We were expecting this, and so no surprise there. But I was still a little bit shocked that such an announcement would be made, would be publicized right on the eve of Thanksgiving.
The Department of Homeland Security put out a federal notice that says Haiti no longer meets the statutory requirements for temporary protected status, and Haitian nationals who have been in the U.S. need to leave.
Yeah, so you're talking about over 350,000 people. 350,000 people. Yep. I mean, hey, they got to go. I mean, at the end of the day, they got to go make Haiti great again. Right? I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. I know some people say, oh, it's mean, it's cruel. No, it's not. It's simply just protecting our country, is protecting our interests, is looking out for ourselves, understanding that, hey, we can't be a place where everybody that has a problem across the world should be able to come here to the United States of America. That's just not how it should work. Okay, you know, a lot of these people, especially these men, you got to stay in your own country and you got to fix your own country up, right? That's the plight of a man, right? You got to fix your own country up. You got to make your country great. And, you know, you can't do that, you know, coming to the United States of America, fleeing. You got to stay and, you know, do what you got to do.
Federal leaders also say, quote, allowing Haitian nationals to remain temporarily in the United States is inconsistent with U.S. national interest.
We've been insisting that parents have a formal guardianship agreement with the individual in whose care they want to leave their children. That's one. And so many people, you know, so many folks with TPS who've been in the United States since the Haiti earthquake of 2010 have become homeowners, business owners, have assets. And so we've been telling them too that they needed to make sure to take care of those.
Mentalist says for months they've been talking to organizations on the ground in the southern and northern regions of Haiti to welcome those who self-deport or are deported.
All of these organizations have networks, right? Partners, collaborators who are in Port-au-Prince and elsewhere throughout the country. So it's time to ensure that now we've got those quick alliances set.
And tonight we have local leaders who are also reacting to this announcement. Miami-Dade County Commissioner Marlene Bastien says she is outraged and that making a decision like this at a time when families are getting together for Thanksgiving is cold and heartless. She's calling on the Trump administration to reconsider their decision, partly because of the conditions she says those Haitians will face when they land in Haiti.
Well, I mean, again, that's their country. That's their home. Right? That's not our responsibility. It's not our responsibility to take care of everybody who's having some issues in their home country. It is what it is. You know? Like, we can't take care of everybody. And we've taken in a lot of people over the past few years, and now it's time to send them back. That's why it's called temporary protected status. You're here temporarily. Okay? It's not called permanent, right? It's called temporary. Okay? But Democrats believe temporary equals permanent. And see, that's how they fool you. Right? They say, oh, well, it's temporary. It's not going to last that long. But what they actually mean is that, no, it's permanent. That it's going to be forever. And if you enforce the temporary aspect of why these people were allowed into the country, then, you know, you're a bigot. You're hateful. You're racist. Okay? You are a xenophobe and all this other stuff that they claim. And it's not any of that. It's simply about protecting our own interests and understanding that everybody can't stay here. We don't have room. Okay? We don't. We need to use our resources on Americans, not people who weren't born here, who aren't from here, who don't assimilate into our culture. You know, we can't do it. And that's just the reality of the situation. And I think that this unfortunate situation with the National Guard, with the guardswoman being killed and the other guardsmen still in critical condition, hopefully recovering. But, you know, we're going to see. Thoughts and prayers are with the family and the victims. But I think that situation is a reminder of, again, what happens when you just let a bunch of people in this country unvetted. Yeah, this stuff happens, right? This is the result. And that's why we have to continue to crack down on it. And in the ideal world, Democrats would recognize this danger to the country. But instead, their own national television, their own BS now, boohoo, whining, crying about Trump's illegal immigration crackdown, right? Because apparently they're not okay with President Trump getting rid of people in this country who are from third world countries who aren't really adding anything positive to the country. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Look, I certainly it's not the way I'd like to see a commander-in-chief and the leader of our country try to bring the nation together after this horrific incident. I mean, clearly we have had a horrible attack. I mean, losing anyone from the National Guard or military is horrific. Clearly, this needs to be investigated thoroughly. There is no question. Someone that received, of course, asylum just since President Trump here has been in office, clearly worked with the CIA. So this is someone that we had a lot of contact with, that we clearly worked very closely with. And so understanding what exactly happened before we jump to conclusions, I think is really critical.
We're not jumping to any conclusions, right? Even before this was necessary, right? So we're not jumping to any conclusions. This incident basically makes it more of a priority, right? But this is not jumping to conclusions. Why are all these people from these countries, right, in the United States of America? Why are we letting all these people from these third world countries in the United States of America? Okay. You know, if we're going to be letting people into the country, it has to be the best of the best from places that, again, are likely going to assimilate into our culture, right? We've let enough of these individuals in the country. It's time to now do something about it, right? And, you know, we're not jumping to any conclusions. We're just doing what needed to be done anyways. That's just the reality of the situation.
In this and any moment, and these attacks on whether it's elected leaders or other folks in this country, or direct attacks on people that are either immigrants or refugees or have sought asylum in a process that we have created for our country, is unbecoming of the President of the United States. But this, of course, has been something that he's been doing since day one, which has been to attack immigrants, migrants, the system of immigration. Yet this is a country we know that has been largely built by immigrants. And so I think right now the most important thing is to get the information right and to get the facts right, and to lift in our thoughts and our prayers for the families of these two, and also the entire National Guard, who right now are mourning. And I think the president needs to focus on that and let the investigation run its course so that we accurately understand what happened and ensure that this doesn't happen again.
You know, amazing, absolutely amazing how when something like this happens and it doesn't fit the narrative, okay, they want to say, well, let's wait. We need to wait for more information before we do anything, right? But when it does fit the narrative, aka when it's a white male shooter, a Trump supporter, whoever, right? They're never like, oh, let's wait and learn more information about what happened before we start coming out here and calling for gun control and all this other stuff. Again, when it doesn't fit the narrative, it's wait and see. Let's not overreact, right? When it does fit the narrative, the first thing they want to do is say, well, we need to ban all guns. We need to take your guns. We need to take your hunting rifles. Because guns are the problem. Now, you do have some Democrats who are trying to blame guns in this situation as a deflection, but the reality is that even before this National Guard incident, this was a problem, a big problem.
Congressman, you're an immigrant too. Your family came here from Peru. When you hear the president talk about removing people who are, quote, non-compatible with Western civilization, what do you hear? And what is it like to be a person who's living in the U.S., uncertain of your own future?
Look, I'll share that immigrants are some of the most patriotic people in this country. I came here when I was a kid. My family worked hard. We did everything.
If they so patriotic, then why they keep waving other countries' flags, right? The flags of their homelands, right? If all of these people are so patriotic, why did they continue to wave the flags of other countries that are not the United States of America? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Everything we can and could to give back to the country, to the community, and becoming U.S. citizens was the best thing that could have happened to my family. And that, of course, is the story of so many folks that are here and that are trying to either gain citizenship, gain an opportunity to work. And we've seen, especially over these last few months, the dehumanization of immigrants, what's happened, whether it's been with ICE or DHS, the mass agents taking people away, the detention centers that no one can visit. I recently been talking to U.S. citizens even that have been detained by federal authorities for no reason, not understanding what had happened to them. And so this is, again, part of Donald Trump's broader policy. He views immigration in such a negative light that is, quite frankly, anti-American. Americans and this country know and understand that immigration has been a net positive and continues to be. These recent actions by the president and the comments over the last couple of days have been quite shocking and embarrassing. To comment about other people across this country, when you think about, for example, the folks that helped our own military save American lives and save civilians, not just in Afghanistan, but around the world, these are people that gave their lives and oftentimes put their own family at risk to support and save American troops.
Yeah, that's great. We understand that. The reality is that this individual clearly was not properly vetted, or the vetting process doesn't work. I mean, it's either one or the other. But the reality here is that the real anti-Americans are the Democrats, who are basically advocating for this country to be taken over by immigrants from across the world, right? That is the anti-American position. The pro-America position is to preserve our culture, to preserve this country that we all know and love, and to not allow it to be taken over by others who don't want to assimilate. And that is, again, the issue with the Democrat Party at this point, is that they believe in open borders. And this is why I keep trying to warn people, and I keep telling people, hey, Democrats are going to campaign on this. They're going to be people that are super pissed off about the immigration issue, about the mass deportations, and they're going to vote. We saw them voting, okay? And they're going to keep voting. Those of us who want to keep the border closed, who want the mass deportations to continue, who don't want a third world takeover of this country, we have to be motivated, just as motivated, if not more motivated, really, to get out and vote in order to counter the angry Democrats and liberals. And that's just the reality of where we're at right now. Because the president is doing what he promised, right? He is using his power, everything within his means. He's not a dictator. He's not a king, right? He's using everything that he can to fulfill his promises. And in order to actually get it done, he has to continue to get support from the American people, right? And that's just the reality of where we're at. So when it comes to the Haitians, hey, you know, temporary protected status, keyword temporary, is over. Hundreds of thousands of them, they got to go back. They got to make Haiti great. And I'm hoping and praying that they're able to do it, right? I would love nothing more than to see Haiti become great. I can't say that they were ever great at any point in time. So I just can't say make Haiti great again, but to make Haiti great, right? I want to see Haiti be made great. And all of the, you know, lovely experiences that they had here in the United States of America, I'm sure that will help with the mission of making Haiti great when they're back in their own home and they're, you know, and they're doing it, right? And they are, you know, applying what they learned, okay, in the United States, and they're applying that in Haiti and, you know, doing what they need to do in order to fix their country. They're going to be much happier, right? So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.